Happy Black Friday, friends. Before we get to the next installment of the Ohio Public Land videos, I want to remind everybody that Trophy Ridge has got a great discount going on starting today for Black Friday. This is going to run from now until the end of the year. You can save up to 65% off of bow accessories at trophyridge.com. There's select products that you can save that amount on. I don't really know all the details. You should go find out. Just expand the description below. Head over there and check it out. But yeah, hope y'all enjoy this video.
Royal Pine your favorite car scent?
No.
Is that a cover scent?
That's what we've got here. This is just a mental thing. Reminds you that it's deer season. Put it right there. Switch her out.
Show everybody what you got there.
Just a little fresh earth.
The old classic.
Because I don't have enough soil on my floorboards already. So I have to make it smell more like soil. As you can tell, I have a girlfriend.
Single. This guy's single, everybody. Intro. Cut. It is in fact that time.
There's no time like that time.
You think it'll cool down today?
Well, we're headed out this morning. We're headed to the spot we were at all day yesterday. Keith was out there last night with the spotting scope, and Zach and I were on the hillside across from him. Keith ended up seeing a really good buck there last night, and Zach and I saw a pretty good one in the morning crossing down to the valley below. There seems like there's a lot of deer in there. Seems like it's the place we should be. Scrapes are open, rubs are lit up. Haven't seen any people back in that section. Yeah. We got a couple spots in mind for this morning. We're going to try to get to some pinch points within the bedding areas, and then maybe moving some observation points into mid-morning. We're going to head back. It's about a 1.5 mile walk, and we've got a little bit of terrain to cover too. Let's get at it, dude. A little bit. Stop for a second so I can update my Facebook status. when he was there, I mean, I could have shot him, but that bush was in the way.
Really just needed to be 2 seconds earlier and then hear him and then be drawn as soon as he steps out because he could have whacked him right there.
Oh, yeah. I was still laying that thing down, and you're like, he's coming. He's there. And I was like, that'll wake you up on a cold morning. That's the first time I've ever had that happen. This is the spot we were trying to get to. It's definitely the right spot. Wrong side of the hedgerow.
I don't think we're on the wrong side of the hedgerow. We just weren't ready. Quite ready. We'd have been 10 seconds earlier, and you'd have had your eyes up there. You'd have drawn as soon as you saw his antlers moving.
Yeah.
I mean, what was he, 10?
10 yards. Basically, we were closing in on our spot this morning. It's super crunchy, heavy frost last night, and we're just slowly moving in. And we actually heard that buck grunt as we were stopped here on the other side of the fence row where we were trying to get. So we just stayed still, and he came right to where we were trying to get to, honestly. He was right on the other side of this fence row. We could never see him. We could just hear him grunting. He ended up working off, and we didn't hear him anymore. We thought he had moved off far enough. We were going to try to get around this so that if any other buck came and did the same thing, we can get a shot on it. We took 3 more steps, just real slow, and we heard him coming through the fence row, and Zach had to get behind me. I had to put the decoy down, and by the time I got positioned, I was not ready at all. And Zach looks up and said, he's coming. Anyways, he saw us, snorted once, bound off, but I had that bush right there in between me and him, and yeah, I mean, obviously not gonna shoot that. Hey, in the right spot, dude.
Yeah, that was fun, I gotta say. One thing that I talk about a lot when we're on the ground like this, and I think this is one good thing that we did, is we didn't sit down and shuffle our legs. We took steps and then sat right down, and that buck was less than 30 yards when we sat down, or probably less than 20 yards when we sat down. But he never knew we were here, and it's just dead calm. I mean, you would be able to hear mice going through the grass. The biggest thing is keep your eyes up, and it's not Ben's fault. I mean, it's happened to me before plenty of times. He was looking down, putting that decoy down, and that buck came around the bend. If he would have had his eyes up and just seen antlers, could have drawn. It was a matter of seconds. Like if Ben would have seen him 2 seconds earlier, I think we would have got a shot. Ooh, that's the one that hurts. I don't know that we're going to get another chance. Well, before another buck comes in here, we're going to go over here and get set up. Good try.
Yeah, hey, it was fun, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Like I said, first time I've ever done that. That close.
That's the kind of stuff I live for, that high stress. I love it. Also, like I said, apologize. The camera is seriously so cold that it just got fogged up. I could have got way better stuff if the camera wasn't fogged. I started panicking. Either way, that's an intense encounter. It's gonna be fun. All the YouTube commenters that are gonna tell you all the things that you did wrong, you fool. Dang idiot.
It's about 8 o'clock right now. Zach and I got to the spot we wanted to be this morning. Matted down the grass and stuff, took some practice draws. I think we're in a pretty decent setup. Got a couple 20-yard shots on some trail intersections. Been sitting here for not that long, and Zach saw 2 does up the draw to our west. They just kind of worked up into the pine bedding area. And then just about 10 minutes ago, he looks up over the hill over my shoulder here and saw a buck chasing a doe up there. At first, we couldn't really tell what it was, but he got eyes on it. It looked like a really nice buck. He just ran her into that pine bedding area to the southwest of us, and we haven't seen him since. I think we're set up in a pretty decent spot where they come down to cross this draw. It's pretty brushy in that draw. We're on a trail that's fairly heavy. I think they only cross it in certain places, and this appears to be where that buck came from this morning that we didn't get a shot at. There's definitely a lot of deer in here. We've got high expectations for this morning. Deer are for sure moving. It's probably not even above 25 degrees yet. The sun's just baking down on us now and baking down on this east-facing hillside. Deer should be active here all morning. We're gonna sit tight for a while, maybe move to a vantage point later, but hopefully we just sit here and kill something because I'm ready for another chip shot. Redemption shot. Hey Ben, big buck on the hill. See him up there. Yeah.
You might grunt to him, Ben. Just wait. Just wait. Yeah, do it. Okay, you heard it. One more. I see him. Okay, he's... Yep, there he is. Kind of going down to the right. You might grunt to him, Ben.
Tell me when. Now.
Yeah, I don't see him right now. Well... He's right down there, getting close to that line of trees. Oh, there he goes off to the right.
Hit him again.
Yeah. Or wait. Yeah. Hit him again. Okay, he heard that. Maybe one more light, softer. One more. Oh, he's going. He keeps going. Hit him again, Ben. Back. Might be facing us. No, he's still broadside.
Should we shake a limb or something?
Yeah, I will. You see him?
No. As I've seen it.
Okay, I see him. He might be coming now. He's just staring. Definitely heard it.
Yeah.
He's just kind of thinking about it now, but he's just looking.
Yeah.
Like he might come down here, and if he does, he might come right down to the left. Yeah, he's walking the other way now. Son of a gun. I mean, not flustered by any means.
He might just circle above.
Yeah. He might.
Definitely seen him do that before.
Yep.
Trying to get advantage, so I just feel like he's so blinded by the sun.
Yeah.
And he's like nervous, you know what I mean?
Right.
I can totally see that. He might just wrap around above us.
And me shaking that tree definitely made him stop for longer.
Yeah.
I think noise is important right now. It's right at about noon. We haven't seen anything back here for a couple hours. We're gonna get back, kind of strategize, eat our lunch real quick, and then come right back in here. Once we get back, talk to Keith and see what he thinks, and kind of formulate a game plan as a team. They're in here, and there's a lot in here. The character over here.
The outdoor buffet.
What'd you see?
2 does, twice-year-old, and then pretty sure I heard a buck blowing, not at me, but like at something. But like,
What time?
like soon as the sun was like starting to show, but like way down there.
Oh, than that.
Yeah. Did you guys bump one?
Hey, buddy, should have had him.
Yeah, I should have had a 2-year-old too. So it's okay. It's hard to kill them when they see you.
Pretty much shooting light breaks. Stopped for a pee break. We were like, is that a grunt? All of a sudden, like for sure a grunt. The other side of this like fence row we were trying to get. And it came like right up to that fence row. You could just hear it sniffing around and, you know, moving around there. So we're like, we need to get to some cover and like actually be able to shoot. Plus, we want to see the other side of that fence row where he is. And I threw that decoy down and like was putting the release on. And like at that point, Zach's like, dude, he's right here. I don't know, like 10, 15 yards, close to 10, like that. And then he's just,
A good earn?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
a shooter for sure.
Yeah. What's your buck?
And he just ended up blowing and went straight up the hill.
So we're sitting here, we just ate lunch, and we're trying to make a game plan for going in this afternoon. We can tell on this map that there's a point of pines, and we think the bucks are going to be traveling where the pines make that corner. Based off looking at the satellite and the topo lines on this map, we're able to see where the trails are coming out of this bedding area and how they're kind of following those terrain features. If you've never been to an area and you don't really know where the funnels are on a specific property, be looking at your map and look at your terrain features. This whole trip we've been basically hunting benches that create funnels, saddles, and in this old strip mine habitat there's all kinds of just crazy terrain features that create funnels, and by using this map we're able to figure those out and go in there, check them out, see if they've got sign or not. Once we find what we're looking for, then we're going to make a setup. We think that the bucks, like I said, are going to be covering that corner, and then they're going to be going and feeding on the hillsides that we found. Anywhere where there's some diversity in this old fescue, old pasture type grass, that's where the deer are feeding. We're going to try to get in between them and that on some sort of transition tonight.
We worked our way up the point this afternoon, came up onto this bench. The pines are above us. We saw two different bucks go in this morning. And down below us there's a deep ditch, and that's the creek bottom that we saw a couple other deer in. The pines also come down to a point that meets the bench, and both those trails converge right around 32 yards. We've got a heavy trail coming along the edge in front of us, as well as trails running along the bench out farther from 20 to 30 yards. We've got kind of a marginal setup here. Not the best cover ever. We can't really see much right now with the sun blaring on us. Hopefully when that sun goes down it's a little more bearable and we can actually see what's going on. As for now, we'll just hope we have enough cover if something comes in. I think we should be able to pull it off if it's on the trail we expect.
messed up real bad. That one from this morning. Dang it. Hey, tell his ass for him to come back through here.
That one sucks. So, you shouldn't sit on the trail they're gonna come on. Do you think he caught wind or he just was
No, he totally saw me move.
Okay.
I mean, he was right. When I saw him first, he was right there. 15, 20 yards.
We just had a buck come in 15 yards to the right of Zach. He saw us moving, jumped down over the hill and ran back up the other hill. Definitely a shooter. It's the one from this morning for sure. He's just up cruising, 4 o'clock. Well, we're not in a bad spot apparently. Just trying to figure out how we can pull this off.
Well, we moved up maybe only 30 yards. We sat back down because we got a big intersection of trails right here in front of us. Feel pretty confident in it. There's a trail going this way, a trail going this way, right? Intersect right in front of Ben here. Hopefully we didn't ruin our only chance, but it's the rut, so you never know. Man, that was so cliche. We like to think that we still might get eyes on one. We probably got 45 minutes to an hour left of legal, so it's real calm. Hopefully we can hear them before we see them. And if they're far enough away, we may still make a move.
I saw those does, they were up at the pine edge. And they just trotted through there, so I guess I just kind of figured he was like 50 yards out. Or like right on our edge. Just freaking panicked, dude. Well, that'll do it for tonight. Unless we get our 4th opportunity that we can just blow. We had 2 does come in here about 10 minutes ago. And we could hear them tromping down the hill. And Zach said there's a chase going on. The does ended up kind of coming through. That buck followed them down the hill. I just never got eyes on the thing before I started to make my draw moves. And looking back, I should have just turned my head and stayed calm and waited for him to keep working his way down through. Probably would have given us a 15, 20-yard shot. Instead, he ran through it 35. I don't think he knew what we were. He just saw some kind of movement down here and chose another trail. When you said they were coming that way, I should have just shifted then. So I could have been more facing. I mean, I still wanted to be facing to the right. Or, have my knees facing to the right, but whoops. Well, it was a pretty fun day all in all. It sucks we screwed up everything. Did take away some learning points, though. I'm pretty new, experience-wise, to the ground game. At least having nice bucks on top of you this morning. I should have just been drawing earlier. Kind of just things happened so quick and he was on top of us. The second buck, we had a setup that was maybe 5 feet from the trail the deer was coming down. I mean, probably should have been set up in a little different position on that. This last one, should have just got my eyes on the thing before I made any physical moves. Probably had a lot more time than I thought. Just kind of got weirded out when those does ran through. All in all, I guess just try to get your eyes on the deer, shift around to where you can make that draw when that deer has some kind of barrier. Then hopefully he steps in range and offers you a decent shot without running on through. Gosh dang, man, we're close. I mean, physically very close. Tomorrow's our last day out here. You can bet we're going to be back in here in the morning. Going to be as aggressive as possible. Get in here, hopefully think out our setups a little bit. Be on a couple of these areas where these bucks were. We know where they are now. I guess we'll see you here in the morning.